up, everybody? This is Eddy Miranda, owner and founder of Men's Physique News, and we are starting our Road to Olympia interviews. We're going to start hitting up specific athletes this year. We're not going to get crazy with them, but this time we have a up-and-coming star. If you've been seeing this year's season, he's been on the rise ever since the Olympia of last year and nailing it with some big shows this year. And who we have today is Kyron Holden. What's going on, Kyron? How's everything, man?
Doing pretty good, man. No complaints. No complaints at all.
Cool, man. I just want to take it back a little bit. We really haven't spoken or done an interview since before your Olympia last year, but I want to touch base on your last year's show. In 2017, you were at the Olympia, you didn't place, but then 2018, you came out of nowhere, got sixth. Is that something you expected or anticipated at last year's show?
Not exactly like it planned out like that, but basically like I prepped and I wanted to look my best when I went to the Olympia. So was I expecting to place where I did? No, but I prepped with doing well in my mind, basically.
Cool. And you got your sixth place. You at the end of the season or last year, you decided to do Legions. You won that show.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
What was your mindset going into that show, coming off of a sixth place win at the Olympia?
Well, there was a couple of factors. The fact that it was so close to where I live, the fact that I know I needed to start getting ahead on the points since I didn't place within the top five. So like this just works out. It's in Long Beach. It's a close show. I'm still in shape. Let me just knock it out and get some points.
Cool. Now I know last year when I was in Cali, we spoke a lot.
Yes,
and especially about the fact of you hitting East Coast shows. And, and that's exactly what you did this year. You went into Pittsburgh, you went into New York Pro, and you also went into the Arnold Sports. Now, the Arnold Sports was the first time you ever graced the stage at that show, and you got third place. What was your mindset coming off that stage after your third place?
Shit, man. Just being there, because I understand like they say like that production for the Arnold is even better than the Olympia. Some people say it was just an honor. You feel like an athlete when you go there. You know what I mean? So it definitely felt good to get third place. You know what I mean? Like we always train for first, but like to get third place behind like Libra and Raymond, who looked great that show, like it felt good, man. It felt good. It felt like I belonged, because after the Olympia, some people could say it was like a fluke. Like you just came in, you got lucky. You know what I'm saying? So like that was my point, to go on the East Coast, be with the top guys, and prove again that like I'm a top competitor. You know what I mean? So that was the plan.
Yeah, and I was actually talking with Terry, your coach. During that whole thing, he was like super.
What's going on,
Terry? he was super excited, man. Like, what was the conversation with you and him after you stepped off stage?
Shit, it's hype as always. Every time I get off stage and it goes well, we just get hype and we just start planning for the next one.
Cool.
So yeah.
And you went to Pittsburgh Pro right after that. Again, your first time. Like all these East Coast shows were your first time. You got second place next to Raymond on that show. How was your feeling with that one?
Shit, it felt good. Like that Pittsburgh show, it being 2 days, that was a little bit different. A lot of things didn't go the way I wanted it to for that Pittsburgh show, but I still was able to like pull off that second place win, and Raymond looked great. So it felt good, and it also felt good to do that show. And there's like good energy out there, because you see a lot of people who come and do the guest posing out there. Mm-hmm. So you see like Flex Lewis, you see a lot of big names out there. So it's a good environment, it's good energy.
Yeah. And like, what was the discussion between you and Raymond? Like that you got in second. Like, did he feel like, oh my God, you're like on my heels type of thing?
No, Raymond's a chill dude, man. Like he always like, even from like when I was like amateur still, he always reached out and like showed me love. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like he's happy for me when I do well. So that shit feels good. You know what I mean?
Cool. And then right after that, I think it was a week or 2 weeks after Pittsburgh, you went to the New York Pro. Now,
yes, indeed.
Now, this is something I didn't know about you going into New York Pro. Your home, where you grew up, is in New York. I just know
you. Born and raised.
I've just known you for being a Cali guy, because that's where I met you and that's where I know where you're from. But you came from New York, so
yeah.
So this win had a special meaning behind it, didn't it?
For sure. Like it was the first time like my sisters got to see me. Like they understand what I'm doing, like the bodybuilding thing, but they've never been able to see me on stage. So for me to go home, it was like the show the day after my birthday. for my sisters to see me. That shit felt like a movie a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it's a good feeling, a good feeling.
So, like, did you go and hit Manhattan afterwards, get some good eats, stuff like that?
I did. We like missed my flight, so I had to actually end up going to Manhattan, like seeing all that stuff. Like it was a good time, man. It was a good time. Actually, like, the day before the show, I was like went back to like my hometown. Like I was all over the place. I pretty much like touched the whole like state when I was out there.
Yeah. You know, that was like one of the first things. The first time I went to New York, I'm like, dude, I took one of my friends on this rampage all through Manhattan. Let's go here, let's go there, like spinning their heads, bro. So you probably did like the exact same thing too, going all over the place.
Yeah.
So, you know, now after your New York Pro win, you backed off. You main focus. You already know that you're qualified with the points. You know, you won.
Yeah.
You won Legions. You won New York Pro, which New York Pro is high in points. You know, you came second and third at the other two shows. You're already there. You know.
Yeah.
So, how was your mindset and your prep going? You know, into this year's Olympia.
I feel like this is the year. Like obviously for last year, like I didn't do well my first year. So the second year, I was just trying to prove a point. I wanted to do well at the show. This time going into Olympia, it's like I'm not just trying to do well. I'm trying to kill it. You know what I mean? Like so that's the mindset I'm in right now. It's like you have everything. You have all the factors kind of hitting right now. So like you have a your name is there. People understand who you are now. You got some good wins under your belt, some good places under your belt. Fucking make it happen. Just come in, nail your conditioning, make it happen. So like that's where I'm at right now. It's like it's up to me to fucking fuck this away or bring it home.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, you're a West Coast guy right now. You're out of the top 6, you're the only West Coast guy other than Jeremy. But you know that Jeremy's not going to be coming back this year. So you're a heavy West Coast favorite right now. Like how? Like,
yeah.
Now, does that give you a whole lot more pressure on your back, or?
That's like. Actually, it feels good because I feel like I got the blessing and like the energy from everybody from the West Coast because like I'm gonna go out there and represent everyone over here. You know what I'm saying? So that just gives me extra energy. It's dope. It's a good feeling.
Good. And then like going into this, everybody has their what they want to improve on their physique or how they want to come in. So what's yours and Terry's plan, and what did you want to achieve with your physique going into this year's O?
I know like feedback that I got was like lower lats and also just conditioning. They said nail the conditioning, come in peeled. So like that's what we're working on, just coming in the best conditioning ever. Like that's the main focus right now.
Yeah, and then your goal, like what you said before, is to be able to get the win. That's it.
Yes.
That should be everybody's goal going into the O.
For sure.
Now let's say you do get the win. Hypothetically speaking, of course you would want it. But
yeah,
like how would you represent the sport after that? Because like everybody will have you be Mr. O, you have to represent the sport and you have to showcase the NPC and everything like that. Like how would you feel that you'll make a do as an ambassador for the sport?
That's funny you asked that. I feel like a lot of time like recently I've been working on it. I've been working on like cultivating the message that I want to bring to people with that platform. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like. Right now, I know what journey I'm on right now, like it's a spiritual journey and like understanding myself and just like healing trauma and shit. And I feel like people don't talk about that, like things, whether it be anxiety, whether it be just the depression, just it's a lot of shit that happens, like a lot of trauma that people have that they don't work through. Mm-hmm. And like when they become an adult, it manifests. And I don't think that's spoken about in bodybuilding because it's like, it's so physical, such a physical like focused thing.
Yeah.
That we don't really talk about the mental aspect. So I kind of want to like talk about that a lot. I want to like let people know what I do mentally to get ready for shows. What I do mentally to just be like a healthy person.
Yeah.
Or try to be. You know what I mean?
No, totally. Because it really is a mental game in this. Like people really don't understand that it's more mental than anything else because you're put through you're put through a lot of extremities on your prep when it comes down to it, man. And that's good.
Sure.
And that's good that you want to like showcase that because at the end of the day, people need a direction, to be able to have a clear mind of what they want to do, and a lot of people just don't get that.
Yeah. I absolutely. I feel like people like they eat the meals, they do all the physical work, but like as far as like manifesting this, I think there's so many resources on an energetic level that they're available that people don't really tap into that. So it's like. I want to put that out a little bit. You know what I mean? Kind of like let people know like my process and like my thought process going into things.
Cool. And then like after the O, do you have, let's say you win, do you have any plans to hit any shows afterwards? Like, it's been common like Mr. O hits like, the Asian Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Is that something that you have in your mind?
I will not lie and say I did not look at those shows and look at those pots for those shows. Like it would be a good look to do those, and it's something that I'm considering. I spoke to Terry, spoke to DJ as well. Like those would be good shows to do afterwards. So it's being considered for sure.
Yeah, and you just mentioned DJ, and I totally forgot.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that until you just mentioned his name. You're being coached by Terry, but you've been training with DJ. Is that correct?
Yeah, for sure. So like since DJ is in California, I train with him. He gives me advice when I ask for it. Man, he's a cool ass dude, and the fact that him and Terry are also really cool, and I feel like they both have my back. So I don't know if it's been done before, but like having two really great fucking coaches like in your corner, making sure you come your best, that can't go wrong with that. You know what I mean? So it's just good. We found we have a good system. You know what I mean?
No, and it's working because like I saw a picture of you the other day, and you're nailing that look. Like Brandon came in with a look last year. Very heavy on top, and then slimmed down. Like his look completely changed, but it looks like you're nailing that look too. And a couple other competitors are too. But like, how do you feel about that? That you're coming down to that kind of like physique?
I think that the judges communicate to the competitors what they want to see and what they feel the ideal physique through who they pick as like the champion. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you understand what look they're going for, and also I feel like that's where my physique wants to go anyway. Just like round muscle bellies, like extreme V taper, skinny waist. You know what I mean? So it feels good to have that litmus test right there to know what you should be aiming for as far as shape, conditioning, size.
Yeah. No, it's awesome, man, and you're nailing the look, man. It's just.
Thank you.
I saw that picture, and I'm like, bro, he's like right there. He's like hitting it,
Hey, good shit. I like that, man. Thank you.
So, man, I just want to say, bro, thank you for jumping on the call with me, man. It's been a real pleasure, like always, interviewing you. I can never pass up the opportunity to be able to do it with you, man, because I love it so much.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
So before we go, like, is there anything you want to tell your fans out there, like any motivation or whatever, just to let them know, like, not to give up or whatnot?
Just you already know my slogan, IGM. I got more. That's to remind you that you have what it takes. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. You have what it takes. Just keep going. Like you gotta believe that shit in your mind and just keep going. That's it.
Hey, bro, that's what it is, man. Just never give up and just keep on freaking going, man. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
Hi, Eddie.
All right, so,
I appreciate you, Doug.
All right, man. Thank you so much for everything, bro. And guys, that is it with the interview with Kyron. We are so happy to have him with us. And on to the next one. We'll see you guys later.